Hey, so it is 2 p.m. on Sunday. I got back from the gym this morning and I showered and I put makeup on, so I feel human again. And I was about to make something to eat, and then I thought now would be a good time to show you guys. I went to the grocery store not too long ago and I bought 3 different types of eggs. I bought just the regular cheap brand that a lot of people buy. I bought CageFree and I bought pasture-raised, and I want to show you guys the differences between the 3 and just a little bit more information about how to make a good choice of eggs. This is something that I really recommend to everybody. I always, in every grocery haul, I've always said, like, buy cage-free eggs, always buy cage-free eggs. So I wanted to give you a little bit more information about why I make that decision and why I recommend it to everybody. Okay, so here are the 3 different types of eggs I got. This is just the Dutch Farm. This is the cheapest brand that they had at the grocery store. These are the cage-free eggs. These are the Simply Natural, which is the Mariano's store brand. And then I found Blue Sky free range eggs at Mariano's. All of these are from Mariano's. Now I am going to put the price of the dozen eggs for each of these. As you can see, I only bought the half dozen for the cheap kind. And so in order to get like an accurate comparison, I'm going to look up the price of what this would be for a dozen, so you can really see the difference in prices. But the reason I only got the half was just because I know I really don't like them and I really don't want to eat them. So I just got the small one. But I'm going to, let's take a closer look at all 3 of them. The other thing also that I have to mention is these are white, these 2 are brown eggs. So just something to keep in mind that might make a difference. Okay, so first off, these are the cheap brand. Like I said, I'm gonna put the price on screen for the dozen. These are Dutch Farm. It's kind of just the staple brand here in Chicago, at least. But let's take a closer look at the packaging. So first off, we see it says all natural. Whenever you go to the grocery store on anything, if you see all natural, don't believe it. It's just marketing. What would non-natural eggs be? I don't know, maybe created in a lab or something. So yeah, don't just ignore that. But the one that is important is this United Egg Producers Certified. It says produced in compliance with United Egg Producers Animal Husbandry Guidelines. So that seems like cool, okay. But I did some research on the internet not too long ago. I will link my blog post that I did comparing 3 types of eggs before in the description box, so you can take a closer look. But this United Egg Producers, they are just a certifying agent or like a trade agent, I think, something like that, that certifies eggs. Now, they allow cages. So these chickens were most likely raised in very small cages, all cramped up together. If you watch any sort of food documentary, this is the kind of thing that you will see. They claim on their website that cages actually prevent chickens from getting sick, and that's bullshit. That's just not true. And you can watch all the different documentaries to show that cages are actually horrible for the chickens. And definitely do your own research. Check online, check them out. I can tell you that there are quite a few lawsuits right now against the United Egg Producers, and those, I have one of them linked in my blog post so you can take a closer look. But yeah, don't eat these eggs, guys. Okay, so the next one is the cage-free. Now, I just got the store brand. I think it's great that a store is coming out with their own brand of cage-free eggs. It really shows that the trend is kind of catching on and that people are starting to get that this is the way that chickens should be raised. So let's take a closer look. It says produced by hens raised in a cage-free environment. And then it says free from artificial preservatives, pesticides, antibiotics, synthetic hormones. And that's it. So for those of you guys who don't know, a lot of chickens nowadays, in order to produce more eggs or to grow bigger breasts, they will give them hormones, growth hormones, or they will give them antibiotics because they're constantly getting sick. And so you can see here it says, you know, they don't do that. The one thing that I was kind of sad to see was these eggs don't have any sort of certification on it. They don't have any labels or anything like that a third party certified them. That is a little troubling. It's just these, the store brand. I don't know if it's a way to save money, they just don't bother, or if it's kind of a newer item for them, so maybe they just haven't gotten around to it. So we're basically just assuming these are cage-free. So yeah, take that with, you know, take that for your own. But yeah, we're just gonna assume that these are raised cage-free and enjoy them. Okay, and then the last one. So I found free range, it says Blue Sky Family Farm, no hormones or antibiotics. So again, they don't put growth hormones in them. And it says raised with care in America on local family farms. That's good. I haven't looked up this brand, this Blue Sky brand, so I don't really know what that means. But I was pleasantly surprised to find free range eggs at Mariano's, just at the regular grocery store. In the past, I wasn't able to find them. And so in order to get free range eggs, I would actually have to go to Whole Foods, and everybody knows Whole Foods is, you know, their nickname is Whole Paycheck. And so you can see, I'm gonna put the price of these dozen eggs up on the screen. You can see they're really not that much more expensive than the cage-free ones, which is pretty cool. I think last time the free range ones that I got from Whole Foods were like over $6 or $7. So that's pretty cool. And the other thing, as you can see, these are the certifications that I was talking about. So the Non-GMO Project Verified, they are a nonprofit agency that is going through and they're certifying food to say that they don't have any GMO particles in them or something like that. Basically for eggs, it means that the chickens, all of the feed, so like the corn or soybeans or whatever they feed the chickens, aren't GMO. So if that's something that's, you know, important to you, look for that non-GMO project sticker. You'll find that label. You'll find that in a lot. You can also go to their website, and they also have an app. So if the GMO thing is something that's important to you, definitely download the app and take a closer look at that. And sorry for the glare, I don't know why my window is doing that. But the other thing that I want to show you is the certified raised and handled, certified humane raised and handled. Okay, so what does the certified humane raised and handle mean? That comes from another nonprofit agency. It's the Humane Farm Animal Care. I think it's like HFAC. Again, it's a nonprofit. Now, they have a huge list. Of regulations, everything from air quality for the chickens to how much space they get to roam around, the way that the facility is designed, I don't know, like what the nesting boxes look like. They just have pages upon pages of regulations. And if you want to read the full thing, I will link their website down below so you can take a closer look. But they have I guess regulations for what is considered to them cage-free, what is considered to them free range, what is considered pasture-raised, etc., etc. thought it was weird just to keep showing you the eggs. So here's my face. Anyway, so chickens, believe it or not, are not vegetarians. So when you see all of those like vegetarian fed only, chickens aren't vegetarians. They actually are supposed to eat bugs. That's why they need access to the outside, to eat worms, to eat crickets, whatever they can find on the ground. The reason that egg producers will put vegetarian fed is some places, maybe Dutch farms, I'm not sure, we're actually feeding chickens like ground up remains of dead chickens. And so that's why they started putting it on there, to let you know that that is not what they're doing. But you know, even though the feed is vegetarian and that's good, we still want them to have access to the outdoors so they can eat bugs, worms, things like that, and be raised the way that chickens are supposed to be raised. So the HFAC has a ton of regulations, and in order to be to this like free range, oh God, change hands. Okay, in order to be free range, they have to have access to outdoors, and I think it's something like 2 square feet per chicken, I don't know. And I think it's 6 hours per day. They have to have access to the outside. So you know, if it says free range and it's got that sticker or label on it, you know what that means. They're not just throwing out some marketing word. It actually means something, and you can look all of that stuff up online. Everything will be down in the description box, including my old blog post where I talked about this in detail. Okay, so now that I explained all of that, I'm gonna do a little experiment. I am going to show you the difference in egg quality between the 3. Okay, so I cracked each of these into a white container. This front one is the Dutch Farms, just the cheaper brand. This one is the CageFree, and this one is the pasture-raised. Now, it's kind of hard to really see this in this lighting, but this one has kind of a cloudy, light appearance. You can see that the yolk, let's take a closer look. So it's like the yolk has kind of this cloud or this white cast over it. And then when you look at the CageFree and the pasture, the yolk is a lot darker and it's a lot like thicker, or I guess more solid, if that makes sense. I'm trying to get like good lighting, but can you see how dark that orange is compared to the cheaper brand, which is just a little bit lighter? Now, what is that from? So that is from eating bugs. So when a hen gets to eat bugs or worms or anything, that is what causes that like color. And that also means that the egg is healthier and that it's passing all of those nutrients on to you. So yeah, I'm gonna fry these up. But one thing to keep in mind, and this is something that I even said in my blog post. So there's a big difference between these two and the cheap brand, but there really isn't too much of a difference between the pasture-raised, or not pasture-raised, the free range and the cage-free, which is a good thing. It means that these cage-free ones actually do get access to the outdoors and they are eating bugs or something. So it's okay to save a little bit of money and just get the cage-free ones. You don't have to go out and buy the most expensive eggs. Just get the one step up, and that's the decision that I made for us. I always get the cage-free ones. I don't really bother getting the free-range ones. Although these were so inexpensive that, you know, I don't know, it's like 20 cents difference. So it might be worth it, but honestly, this is probably good enough. Okay, so I've got all 3 eggs, and I really hate that it's not coming across on camera, but really you can see the difference between these two. So this is the pastured, this is the cage-free, and that is the cheap Dutch Farms. Okay, there we go. You can kind of see it. See how this one is just much, much darker than the Dutch Farms, and that is just all of the wonderful vitamins, etc., that are coming through, and that's just the color that eggs should be. Yeah, so then I'm just gonna cook these up. I will eat all 3 of them because I bought them, even though I'm not a fan of these Dutch Farm ones. I'm not just gonna throw them out. But hopefully that gives you a little bit more information about why I am so adamant about cage-free, and will just help you make your own decisions about if that's something that's important to you. Okay, so I am gonna eat my eggs. I'm gonna end this video here. If you guys have done your own research with cage-free, pasture-raised, free-range, all of those things, put in the comments below what you've learned. I think it's always good to keep sharing this information, and if there are certain websites that you think people should check out, definitely put those in the comments below. If you liked this video, definitely give me a thumbs up, and that lets me know to keep making more of them like this. And yeah, let me know, do you guys buy the cheap eggs? Have you considered buying cage-free? Do you not because they're expensive, or you just you know, decide to make other choices, and that's totally fine. If this is something that's not important to you, don't feel guilty about it. Buy the food that you believe in. Yeah, so anyway, rambling, I'm gonna end this here. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. So for the month of April, I decided to stop ignoring those bad habits and really work on them. And also to bring back some good habits that I used to have and have forgotten along the way.